welcome to the Feast for the Soul 2019. My name is Val Silidker, and I am deeply honored to be here, both co-creating this incredible journey and all of these beautiful meditations with so many amazing teachers from Florida, and hosting the Feast for the Soul for our 9th year. Whew, 9 years. Can you imagine? We have come together every year to honor 40 days of connection and compassion and heart-centered wisdom. And this year you have said yes. You may have been with us in the past. You may plan on being with us for the next 9. So happy to have you with us now. The Feast for the Soul is a global meditation movement that has been going on for over 10 years. And we are in solidarity with over 20,000 people worldwide. So just imagine when you sit down for your meditation each day that you are in amazing community. All of these beautiful people, men and women of all ages, of all faiths, have come together to say yes. We had our opening ceremony last night on day 1, and hopefully many of you were with us. It was a gorgeous evening. We always begin with a candle lighting ceremony to honor all paths, as well as some other goodies. And we do that in solidarity with communities around the world who are taking part in the feast. So it's a beautiful way to come together on our first day in a group meditation. Today is day 2, and I'm excited to, in a few moments, guide you into that first video meditation today. Why do I hold this every year? I feel called to share that because I feel like there's a tremendous shift and movement that's happening in our world, that's been happening in our world for quite some time. And 2018 was, I feel, a pretty heavy year for many of us as individuals and also as a collective, a worldwide community. We've really seen a lot of systems beginning to crumble, and we see a lot of amazing things being born. And we've come to learn that those of us who are taking time to tune in to who we are and really understand what it means to be human in this time, to be aware of ourselves and how we can participate in a shifting world, that those of us that connect to our sense of wholeness are the ones that get to lead our world forward as evolutionary leaders in this time of radical change. Each one of us gets to, I don't want to say has a duty, we really get to. It's an honor. We have this opportunity in this moment to step up and step into ourselves more deeply and really activate some inspired action to make change happen in the world. And I believe that meditation and mindfulness, taking time to breathe and be with ourselves and to know ourselves more deeply, is the way we begin. Transformation happens from inside. And then we get to make those shifts in our personal lives. We get to create impact on a global level. Each one of us is so important. We all hold a piece to this transforming world, this evolution of our consciousness. Even as in this time, through both spirit and science, we are coming to understand that we are so interconnected, that we truly are one with everything. That even as we are one, we are also radically, beautifully unique. And what we have inside of us, what each one of us holds inside of us, is so important to share with the world. Because no one can do what you do. No one was born with your particular DNA, with your particular life experiences, with your heartbreaks and challenges that have shaped you into who you are, with the lessons you've learned, with the skills that you've developed, with your particular way of communicating, your energy. All of it is uniquely yours. And the gifts that you have inside of you are really needed right now. So there's no more time for I'm not ready or I'm not good enough. And my wish and my hope and my prayer for this feast in 2019 that we are stepping into is that it supports all of us to tune in more deeply to who we are so that we can show up more powerfully in the world. Because it is those of us that are most whole who are going to lead our world forward, who are going to create a world that is more connected, more compassionate, and more sustainable for our future generations. We all hold a piece. And so as you commit to these 40 days, I invite you to hold that prayer in your heart, that you know yourself more deeply and that you step into yourself and into 2019 feeling more empowered and more confident that what you have inside of you can be shared with the world. This is your moment. This is the moment. This is the moment for all of us. And we're here together in community, as individuals, and as a constellation, rising to create this new world that we get to envision together. This heart-centered, whole, vital, thriving world. And so I honor you deeply for saying yes to these 40 days. I also want to invite you to really take a breath into the movement of these days. And if you miss a day, if you fall behind, it's okay. You know, you're going to get the emails every morning by 4 a.m. So by the time you wake up, they will be there. At whatever time you like to practice meditation, you will have an email. You will have a video from one of our amazing teachers supporting you and holding you that day with a variety of different styles of meditations, yoga, breath work, sound healing, so much. You'll be receiving gifts from all of our teachers as well. So be patient with yourself. It's okay if you don't make it every day. We'll do the best that we can. But know that you will have these videos forever. So I invite you, when you receive your email each morning, to put them into a special folder. So by the end of the feast, you have 40 videos that you can always go back to at any time. You're going to connect with some teachers more than others. That's natural. You know, some people are going to be speaking your language. Others may not be for you, and that's perfect. So honor that. You know, if you don't want to do a yoga practice one day, go back and do a meditation from a previous day, or just sit and breathe. It's all perfect. This is for you, and this is for our world. So thank you. Thank you so much for being part of it. I believe that right now we are all being called into ourselves and into inspired action in our world. And so today, I'm going to bring a meditation that will support all of us to tuning in more deeply to what it is that's calling us, this call of self. You know, inside all of us, we are being called into our greatness, right? We have this unlimited potential, the golden Buddha inside of us. We just need to chip away all the pieces and layers of limiting ideas and limiting beliefs to really allow the energy of who we are, the gifts of who we are to shine into our world. And so this beautiful meditation that we'll step into together today is called the mountain. And it's going to allow us to tune into a deeper sense of purpose, as well as the ideas, the thoughts, perhaps even the people that seem to get in your way, to be able to break through all of that, to recognize what's there, to become more aware, and to activate your will of self, your will to take inspired action and create movement. Because it's wonderful to become aware of ourselves, but awareness by itself is not enough. We have to put that awareness into action. And so today, I'm going to guide you through a beautiful meditation that will support you to do just that in your life. So I want to invite you to find a comfortable space. I imagine you are already there. Take a deep breath and close your eyes. Allow yourself to stay connected to your breath as you continue to inhale and exhale slowly, allowing your breath to connect you from your inner world to your outer world. And with each breath, allowing yourself to become more and more present to what's alive within you. If you notice any tension in your body, simply breathe into that space, allowing your body to relax. Becoming the observer. Bringing your awareness within. Begin to tune in to what is calling you right now in your life. What are some of the main purposes that you feel you know you must do in your life in this moment, stepping into this new year now? It could be something abstract, like creating more peace or having more patience. It could be something concrete, like learning a new language or developing a better relationship. It could be easy or challenging. It could range from something large like self-realization to something simple like growing a garden. Anything goes as long as it's important to you and it's a real purpose, something that feels deeply aligned with who you are and not just a should. Let it be something that calls you deeply. So take a moment to just breathe into that and bring it into your awareness. You may find that several things are making themselves known to you, and that's okay. Just see what wants to come right now. And as you're breathing in to what's making itself known, I invite you to choose what feels to you at this moment to be the most important purpose in your mind. Simply let the image emerge. What is that thing that feels most important right now as part of your purpose? And when you have that idea, that image, I invite you to allow a symbol to come into your mind that represents this purpose. It could be absolutely anything: an object of nature, an animal, a person, a color, any kind of symbol that represents this purpose. And now, holding that in your heart and in your mind's eye, imagine that in front of you lies a long, straight, clear path reaching directly to the top of a mountain. On top of the mountain, you perceive from afar the image that you have chosen to symbolize your purpose. On both sides of the path, you can see and hear and feel the presence of beings of various kinds who will try to divert you from your path and prevent you from reaching the top. They can do absolutely anything they want except for one thing. They cannot obstruct your path, which remains straight and clear before you. Now, these entities represent various situations, people, distractions, and inner states of your life. They have a number of strategies to divert you. They'll try to discourage you and seduce you, to frighten you. They will give you logical reasons why it isn't worthwhile or why it's even absurd for you to go on. They'll try to intimidate you. They might try to make you feel guilty and so on. And as you continue to walk, just notice what is coming. As you walk, I invite you to experience yourself as clear will and proceed on the path. And as you do, take some time to understand the strategy of each entity. Feel its pull. You can even have an imaginary dialogue with an entity, but then move on. And as you do, experience yourself willing. Now, as we all know, some of these entities can exert a very strong and sometimes overwhelming pull on us. And while they can divert us from our path, none of them can actually block it. They can never actually enter into that space of your will. It is always we who make the choice to leave it. In fact, our wills need strengthening precisely because this is what we have done. So know that as you meet and connect with these different entities, you hear their words, you feel their pull, but only you can decide to stop moving forward. Only you can decide to continue walking. And now as you walk, you notice that you're getting higher and higher up the mountain until you finally reach the very top. And when you get to the top, I invite you to face the image representing your purpose. Take a few moments to be with that symbol and notice how it feels to be there. That no matter what tried to pull you or seduce you or divert you from your path, you stayed straight on your course. You made it to the top, and here you are standing face to face with that which calls you. Realize now what that means to you. What does this symbol have to communicate to you? Breathe into that and simply listen. And now, when you feel you have fully received this message, begin to travel back down the mountain, this time with absolute ease. There is now nothing in your path. Notice what it feels like to walk with ease, having accomplished this purpose. And as you come back to the place you began, turn to look back up at the mountain. Reflect on your journey and feel the joy of having connected more deeply with your will as you accomplished your goal. What does that feel like inside of you? The will is the innermost core of a person. It is your inspired action through conscious choices which makes you truly yourself. No matter how intelligent or capable you are, no matter how aware you may be, without your will, you are simply living from habitual responses and automatic behaviors. A person with a weak will is like a cork in the ocean, tossed by every wave. He is the slave not only to the will of others and all external circumstances, but also to his drives and desires, unable to make adequate use of his talents, unable to live up to his convictions. On the other hand, the person who has developed a strong and steady will finds their rightful position in the world by overcoming obstacles, both those created by circumstances and those due to our own weaknesses or urges. We acquire the power to reach our goals when we have chosen. When we make a choice, when we make a powerful decision and we follow through with it. Then we recognize how truly powerful we are. That we are truly the creators of our world. And that there is nothing that can really stop us from accomplishing our goals. I invite you now to take another breath, a deep, full inhalation and exhalation. As you come back into your body, and when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. When you have a moment after this video is ended, I invite you to find a journal, something that you can write in. And really take some time right now, even just a few minutes, to notice what came up for you. What was being called, right? What was your calling inside of you? What was calling you? What was that purpose that you identified? What did it feel like to walk along that path, even as these voices and entities came to you? Who showed up and what did they say? And what did it feel like to actually reach the top and accomplish this goal, this purpose? Take a few moments to write about it while it's fresh and present for you. There's a lot of powerful information there in the way that we do or do not activate our will in our daily lives. To understand ourselves as will is a process. It takes time, it takes consistent work to recognize the layers of belief that have kept us feeling limited or stuck in our lives. Yet this is our path to freedom. So I hope that this meditation served you on your path to recognize with more awareness how you can activate and show up in life in a much more powerful way by becoming will and moving as will. Steady, consistent, confident. Only you can make that choice. I have a beautiful gift for all of you. It's in the email that you received today called the Ideal Model. It's another wonderful exercise from a body of work called psychosynthesis. This is the type of work that I teach. I have a 9-month psychospiritual coach training course. Our next one actually begins at the end of March. And it's a beautiful way to dive in deeply to ourselves, to know ourselves, both the psychological and emotional and physical body, and also beyond the body, the mind, the emotions. Who are we beyond the body? Psychospiritual. And it's a wonderful way to do this work, this kind of work around activating our will and knowing ourselves deeply, our levels of consciousness, how we show up in the world, what calls us deeply, and also activating our will. Inspired action to participate more fully and more wholly in our own lives and in the world. So I invite you to check that out. All the information is in the email. And the beautiful gift that I'm offering is an exercise called the Ideal Model, which invites you to take a look at the false ways that we sometimes show up, based on the way we feel influenced or the way we're wanting or hoping to project ourselves to others, and invites us to really know and honor who we are and who we're stepping into as we activate that will and become the person we are meant to be. So I invite you to check that exercise out as well. And this is going to conclude our day 2. I hope that this really served you and you have a beautiful day. Tomorrow, day 3, we have another amazing video, and on for the next 40 days. So I'll still be with you. You'll be seeing my face and you're hearing my voice often in our Facebook group. And I look forward to being on this journey with all of you. Much love.